All right, so welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we are taking a look at inspiration, success, and finding your purpose.
Finding your purpose.
And we are going to be doing it from, from a really interesting source.
It is interesting, yeah.
So we have this collection of inspirational thoughts and stories that we are going to be breaking down.
We are.
Some of the things that I found fascinating, like I mentioned, were this idea that results silence insults, which I love.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that age-old advice to think outside the box.
That one always gets me thinking.
Yes.
Always.
So what we want to do today is really try to pull some actionable, wisdom
Yes.
from these inspirational nuggets.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I thought was interesting, this source really emphasizes action.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not just enough to have these pie in the sky dreams.
Yeah, just a dream.
But to actually go out and do something
Make
about
that
it.
happen, yeah.
And it all starts with pushing past our comfort zones.
Yeah, it always does, doesn't it?
Because, it is easy to kind of stay in that space where everything's familiar and safe.
Hey, dozy.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
But yeah, I see that in the source. It's about embracing the unknown, and you really do grow.
You were talking about taking action on your thoughts, and I know there's even a specific quote in here about that.
There is.
Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, it says, hold on a second. Being original, oh, here it is. Being original and taking action to your thoughts is the first step of success in life.
It's interesting, right? Because, we often think of innovative people and we think about original thought, but it's not just about having the thought.
Right, right.
It's about actually going out and making something happen.
Putting it into action.
Okay, so now this next part really made me think. It says, a vision without a mission becomes an ambition, and a dream without inspiration becomes a nightmare.
Whoa.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's such a powerful statement, and it really shows the difference, the fine line between ambition and vision and inspiration. I mean, ambition on its own, it's like a rudderless ship. You're moving, but you're not really sure where you're going.
Yeah, you have no direction.
Yeah, but when that ambition, though, is steered by a clear vision,
Right.
and it's fueled by genuine inspiration, that's when you get real positive change.
I love that. I love, that visual of having the rudder.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to just want something.
Yeah. No, it's not.
You got to have a vision. You got to have the inspiration to keep you going.
Absolutely. And speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
there's another point here about appearances.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about this.
It says, people are addressed the way they are dressed in life. And it really got me thinking about first impressions. Like, how often do we judge a book by its cover?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one, right?
Yeah.
Because, on the one hand, you don't want to be totally focused on appearances.
Right.
But on the other hand, I mean, you can't deny the fact that that presentation has an impact.
There is a balance, right?
Yeah, where do you how do you find that balance between expressing yourself authentically,
Yeah.
but also, being mindful of the context?
It's all about being intentional, Your appearance can be a way of communicating respect for a situation
Oh, that's a good point.
or your personal brand, but, staying true to yourself at the same time.
Right. And one thing that I found interesting when I was reading this was that it really emphasizes that our choices play a huge role in our success.
Our choices, yeah.
But it also says that those choices are influenced by the people and the experiences in our lives.
It's true. We are shaped by our experiences.
And that made me think about how important self-awareness is.
Absolutely. Because if we can recognize those influences,
Mm-hmm.
we can make more conscious, intentional choices. It's about, why do we do the things we do?
Right.
Why do we make the choices?
It's like knowing your internal compass
Yeah.
and choosing which direction you want to go.
Yes, exactly.
Now, there's another powerful analogy in here. It's the idea of a source
The sword.
as being like a fountain of resources.
Interesting.
And the source actually uses Job
From the Bible.
from the Bible, who went through incredible hardship,
Yeah.
but he remained resilient because of his faith.
Yeah, it reminds us that everyone needs a source of strength to draw on, whatever that may be. It could be faith, family, community, or even just a deep connection to your own values. But you need something. You need to find your source to help you navigate life's challenges.
And I think that resonates with everybody. I mean, we all have those moments where we just feel depleted,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you need that well. You need to be able to draw from that well.
For sure.
Now, speaking of inner resources,
Yes.
the source talks about discovering your talent,
Your talent. Yeah.
and it compares it to gold.
To gold. Wow.
Like it's something precious.
That's a good analogy.
It's something you have to nurture.
You do. And this source says it's not always easy.
Right.
It's a process,
Yeah.
like refining gold.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
And that process is hard.
It is. It involves hard work, dedication, setbacks.
You're going to fail. You're going to, you're going to fall down, get back up.
Absolutely. But it's through these challenges that you grow, and eventually your best self emerges.
Okay, now for a bit of a twist,
Oh.
the source talks about King Solomon,
King Solomon.
who was known for his wisdom,
Yeah.
but he was ultimately led astray by his desires.
He was. And it just reminds us that even the wisest can stumble and fall.
So how do we safeguard against that?
Well, that's where the source brings up Timothy 3:16-17,
Okay.
which emphasizes the importance of Scripture for guidance and righteousness.
Right.
It's like a compass, helps you stay on track.
Yeah.
Align with your values.
It's not enough to just be smart.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's about making the right choices.
It's about making choices that are consistent with your values, your morals.
Especially when faced with temptation.
It's easy to be tempted.
It is.
So, wow, I mean, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From pushing past our comfort zones to discovering our talents,
Yeah.
to really seeking wisdom from both the positive and the kind of the cautionary examples,
Yeah, I mean, it's really all about reaching our full potential, even when it's hard.
even when it's hard. So what resonated most with you?
What really stuck with me was this idea of thinking outside the box. What's one box in your life you could step out of this week?
Oh, I love that. I love that. And keep that question in mind. Keep thinking about it.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time for the deep dive.
Bye.